Welcome guys to the next episode of Math GCSE revision. We'll have some simple exercises for now, and in the few next videos we'll start properly. So now, if I've got any number in here, I've got x plus y for example, and I want to insert that number inside the brackets basically. So what I'm gonna do in here, I will start multiply a with x, the first term, and a with the next term. So I will have a multiply x plus a multiply y. I will end up with this. So I will have ax plus ay. I will have an example on that. I've got 5 out of the brackets. I've got 2x plus 2 for example. So the same situation, 5, I will multiply it by 2x, the first term, then with the second term, which is 2. So 5 multiplied by 2x, I would have 10x. I'm just multiplying the numbers and the x stay the same. And 5 multiply, 5 multiply the second term, which is 2, I would have 10. So 10x plus 10. So what if I've got 4x squared that multiply with minus x plus 2 for example. So the same rule, 4x squared multiply minus x. So in this situation, if I multiply the x, for example, it has the power of 2, and here if it has nothing, that means 1, the power of 1. So 4 stay the same, and x multiply minus x. So when we multiply the power, we adding, the power will add by 1. For example, if I've got x squared multiply x squared, in this situation that will give me x to power of 4. So when we multiply the unknowns, the power, we add in the power actually. So in this situation, I've got 4 the same, x squared multiply x, so x to power 3, which is 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, and I will keep the minus the same. So I've got minus 4x cubed, and then I will multiply that one with the next term, which is 2, so plus the same, 4 multiply 2, 8x squared. So guys, just to let you know, when we have powers, we multiply unknowns, they've got power, we add the powers. We don't say 2x, we just keep the x the same, we will multiply them, 5 plus 2, 7. We'll have some more exercise. For example, they give me a, the value of a, which is minus 2 for example, the value of b 5, and the value of c is minus 1. And they told me to find a plus b plus c, and they told me to find a multiply b and a b c, multiplying them together. So the first one, I've got the number in here, and I need to find the value of a plus b plus c. I've got minus 2, then plus b, which is 5 plus 5, and then plus c, which is minus 1. So in this situation, it's normal, minus 2 plus 5 minus 1. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 3 plus 5, and that would give me the sign of the highest number, which is 5, so plus, and then subtract them because they've got different signs in it. So 5 minus 3 got 2. So the final answer is 2 of A plus B plus C, according to the numbers I've got, the values I've got for each of them. Now I've got A multiply B. Got A in here, which is minus 2. I will multiply that with B. B in here is 5. So minus 2, so this one plus. If it has no sign, that means plus. So minus 2 multiply plus 5, as our rule says. The next revision, if you want to go back to the first video, minus multiply plus give me minus 5 multiply 2. I will end up with minus 10. Now A multiply B multiply C. So put the values, minus 2 for A, multiply B, got 5 plus 5, multiply C, I got minus 1. So guys, as we said, minus multiply plus minus 5 multiply 2 multiply 5, 10, got the same that one, but now I will multiply with minus 1. In this situation, minus multiply minus is plus, and 10 multiply 1 is 10. So I will end up with 10. That's the value of A, B, C all together multiplied. Now guys, we work on factorizing. How can we factorize? For example, I've got that equation, 5x squared minus 10x. The first thing I have to look at the numbers, and then I will look at the unknowns. For example, in here 5 and 10, the common factor in here will be 5, because 10 can be divided on 5, and 5 can be divided on 5, of course, because 5 divided on 5 1, and 10 divided on 5 will give me 2, because 2 multiplied 5 is 10. So I got 5, the common factor in here. I've got x in here, x in here. So I will get x as well as a common factor, and then I will open a bracket. Now that number I've put in here, I have to divide it on each term. So 5 divided by 5, 1. X squared divided on x, that will give me x. So guys, x squared divided on x, in here we subtract the power. So this one got power 1, this one 2. So in here will be x2 to power 2 minus 1, and that will give me x. So when I'm subtracting unknowns, got powers, when I divide in unknowns and then got powers, we subtract the powers. But when we multiply them, as we talked, for example, x to power 5 and x to power 5, we multiply them, we add the power in this situation, we add them together. But in here, when we divide the unknowns and they've got power, we subtract the power. So in this situation, 5x squared divided on 5x, 5 divided on 5, 1, and x squared divided on x, which is x, minus 10x over 5x, 10 divided on 5, which is 2, and x divided on x, 1. X divided on x, guys, give me 1, because they will cancel each other. So that's the final form I will have. So let us make sure, let us insert that one to the brackets. So 5x multiplied by x, as we said, this one has 1, this one has 1, so x squared, we add the power, minus 5x multiply 2, that would give me 10x. As you see, we come back to the same equation we started from. So I'm factorizing in here, and here I'm inserting the numbers or whatever outside the brackets inside the brackets and make them as an equation. So the same thing. That's factorizing, guys. So just to let you know, guys, one more time, when I'm multiplying unknowns, the same unknowns, I can say x, y, and it has 1, 2, and 2, I would say x, y, 4. No, that's unacceptable. They should be the same unknown. For example, xx, for example, this one 1 and this one 2. And in this situation, I add the power, x to power 3. But when I'm dividing them, so y to power 2, for example, and here y to power 1, in this situation, I'm subtracting the power. 2 minus 1, I would end up with y to power 1, which is y. Which is y. It's very important, notice. We'll have one more example on factorizing. I would have 6x squared, for example, y. Yeah, I have two unknowns, plus 9xy. So in this situation, how can I factorize? So as we said, we look at the numbers 9 and 6. We know both can be divided on 3. The common factor in here is 3, because 6 divided on 3 is 2 and 9 divided on 3 is 3. I've got x in here, x in here, and x in here. So I can take x as a common factor as well. I've got y in here, y in here. I can take y as a common factor. So now let's get started. We divide that one on the first term and the second term. So 6 divided on 3, I've got 2. X squared divided on x, x. Y divided on y, nothing, just 1. So I finished the first term. Now plus, they have plus, the same in here. So 9 divided on 3, that would give me 3. X divided on x, 1. Y divided on 1, 1. So that's it. That's the final form as well. So let us double check. So now if I insert that to the brackets, I should have the original equation I started with. So 3 multiply 2, that will give me 6. X multiply x, x squared, we add the power as we said, and I've got y in here, plus 3 multiply 3, 9 x y. So the same equation. That's it. That's factorizing, guys. Okay, guys. So now if I go any number, for example 2 to power 0, any number to power 0, that would give me 1. If I've got 1 over 0, any number over 0, that's the error, like would give me nothing. That would give me nothing. But if I've got 0 on any number, for example 6, whatever, that would give me 0. Why? Because when I multiply the 0 with the 6, that would give me 0. So just, I know we all guys might know that, but just make it clear. Any number, any natural number or whole number to power 0 would give me 1. 1 on 0 is error. That's it's not even existed in math, and 0 over 6 will give me 0. Now what if I've got x to power half, for example? How can I just get rid of the power and make it just one, proper way? Anything to power half, that means a root. Half means a root. So I can write x to power half as a root like that. So that one will equal to that one, literally. That one will equal to that one, literally. So now, for example, I will have an example, x to power half equal to 5. And they told me to find the value of x. So they want the value of x. So in this situation, I would write x to power half, as I know, in this form, because anything to power half is a root, guys. Let us not forget that. Equal to 5, the same number. So now, what can I do? They don't want the value of x under the root. They want the value of x itself. So in this situation, as I explained in the first revision, the thing can get rid of the root is by square it. So what if it square both sides? So I square that side, and then I squared that side. So as we know, square with the root gone, so I got x in here. 5 square, that means 5 multiply 5. 5 multiplied by itself, 5. So that would give me 25. So the value of x in here is 25. Now, for example, they give me x plus 1 over 2 minus x minus 7 over 5. That equal to x plus 4 over 3, for example. And they told me we need the value of x. So in this situation, what can we do? We've got fractions in both sides. We've got minus in here. So the first thing, guys, as we know, we got fraction, we got minus, we have to make the denominator 1. We have to unite the denominator. So in this situation, I will multiply this one by 5, then I will multiply this by 2. So 5 multiply x, 5x. 5 multiply 1 plus 5. So I have to multiply 5 with both terms. So this one, it can be written, it can be written like that. 5 multiply x plus 1. But I've already, just make quick step, and I just wrote 5x plus 5. So 5x plus 5 over 5 multiplied 2 is 10. Now minus the same thing, 2. I have to multiply by x minus 7, and 5 multiplied 2 multiplied 5 is 10. That would give me x plus 4 over 3. Now I'm not really concerned about the other side. I want to do the first side. So now 5x plus 5 over 10 minus 2x minus 14 over 10. And that would give me the other side, x plus 4 over 3. So I've got one denominator, that means the same. Now I have to put all denominator in together. 5x plus 5 minus 2x minus 14. And that will give me x plus 4 over 3. And now 5x plus 5, I've got minus before the bracket. That means I have to multiply the whole bracket with the minus sign. So minus, this one plus, minus with the plus is minus 2x. And minus multiply minus is plus 14 over 10 equal to x plus 4 over 3. Again, 10 the same. 5, we have to look at the the terms, they got 5. So got 5x minus 2x. Those got, and those numbers. So 5x minus 2x, the 3x, because 5 minus 2 is 3, and x the same. We're not subtracting x, guys, in here. X still the same. Now 5 plus 14, that would give me 19. And that would give me x plus 4 over 3. So now all I need to multiply those with this. That's all I need now. So that means 10 multiplied by x plus 4. The first side, that would be equal to 3 multiplied by with this one, 3x plus 19. So now I have to enter this to each side, to each term, sorry. 10x plus 40 equal to 9x plus 57, I believe. Yeah, 57, correct. So now what I have to do, I need the value of x, guys. I need the value of x. I have to move each term has x together and the numbers to the other side. So in this situation, 10x in here, and this one, it will come to the other side. I have to change the sign. So in here is plus minus 9x equal to 40. In this side, it will come to the other side. So it will be minus 40 plus 57. So now 10x minus 9x is x, because 10 minus 9 is 1 and x is the same. That will equal to minus plus, as we said, we put that the sign of the biggest number, which is plus 57, and now we subtract them from each other. So I've got 17 in here. So I will end up with x equal to 17. That's the value of x from those fractions, those three fractions. So step by step, guys. The third thing, we united the denominator, make them the same. Then we insert the numbers inside the brackets, make them the same. We try to make it simple. The side we're working on, and I've got the simplest one, 3x plus 19 over 10 equal to x plus 4 over 3. So I didn't touch the other side. I didn't touch it in here. So far I haven't touched it in here. So now what I did, I multiply both sides. This is because they got equal in between. So just multiply them together. So 10 multiplied by x plus 4, and the 3 multiplied with the 3x plus 19. And now just normal calculations, guys. Insert the numbers inside the brackets and move the terms has x together, the unknowns together, and the numbers to the other side, and I will have the value of x. We got some inequalities. For example, I've got 3x plus 4 smaller than 2. So in this situation, what I'm supposed to do? If they say solve the inequalities. So as we said, we keep the unknowns in one side, the numbers in the other side. So 3x in here smaller than 2, because this one comes to the other side, I have to change its sign. So minus 4. So 3x will be smaller than 2 minus 4 minus 2. And now 3x, in this situation I have to divide it, because I need x alone, I don't need 3x. So I divide this one by 3 and divide this one by 3. Why I'm doing that? To get rid of 3, because 3 divided on 3 is 1. So I will get x. So 3 on 3 got x smaller than minus 2 over 3. So that's the final, that's how we solve the inequalities. X is smaller than minus 2 over 3. And now we'll have another thing. If I go, for example, a under the root over b under the root, this form can be written as all together under the root, a over b. For example, 6 over 2, that could be written like 6 over 2, and that will give me the root of 3. That will give me the root of 3. Now if I've got, for example, 600 under the root, and they told me make it as simple as you can. So in this situation, what can I do? So of course 600 is not an easy number to get the root. So what we do is we try to divide it to two numbers, and one number is now I will know the root of it. For example, I'll make it simple. 600, I can write it as 100 multiply 6. That's 600. Why I've chosen 100 multiply 6? Why I didn't say, for example, 200 multiply, for example, 3? Why I chosen 100? Because the root of 100 is 10. So I'm trying to make two numbers. One of the numbers is easy to get the root from. So now I've got 100 under the root multiply 6. So 100 under the root, I know, is just 10. And the root of 6, the same as it. So that's the simplest form. In the exam, they might say, can you write 600 in the following form? They might say that. So can you write 600 in the following form? A, b under the root, multiply b under the root. So that's how we solve it. For example, let's have another example. I've got 27. We're not talking about sorts yet, but we'll come inshallah to sorts later on. So I've got 27 in here. I have to think about two numbers. If I multiply them, they give me 27, and one of the numbers is easy to get the root from. What about 9 multiply 3? 9 under the root multiply 3. 9, I know, is the 9 under the root is 3, because 3 multiplied 3 is 9. So 9 under the root is 3, and that will be multiplied by 3 under the root. That's the thing. A, b multiply b under the root. Last example, for example, 50. 50, if I say 10 multiply 5, I have no idea what is the root of the 10 and the 5 as well. So that would make it hard. So I can't reach the following form. So what if 25 multiply 2 and the root? Yeah, because and 25 and the root is 5, easy to get, and 2 as the same. So 5 multiply 2 under the root. And now we will talk about the process of removing sorts from the denominator of an expression is called rationalizing the denominator. We'll see. What does that mean? For example, I've got 1 over 2 multiply 5 under the root. The process of removing the sorts from the denominator is as following. I will multiply this one with 5 under the root and this one with 5 under the root. So when I'm multiplying the numerator and the denominator with the same number, that means nothing will change. they still get the same value. So let's find out. 1 multiply 5 under the root, that will give me 5 under the root. And now 2 multiply 5 under the root, multiply 5 under the root. As we know, guys, from the first episode I did, when I multiply the roots and they are the same number, the roots will cancel each other. So I will end up with 2 multiply 5. And that would give me 5 under the root over 10. That would give me 5 under the root over 10. So that's the process. Let us have another example, which is the last example for today. 1 over 5 under the root plus 2 under the root, for example. So the same thing, guys. We multiply it with the opposite sign in here. So yeah, in here I haven't got any signs. I've got very simple one. 1 over 2 multiply 5 under the root. But in here I've got sign in between. So just take it as a rule. Always multiply both sides with the same denominator but opposite sign. Let's find out. 5 under the root minus 2 under the root, and 5 under the root minus 2 under the root. So I multiply both numerator and the denominator with 5 under the root minus 2 under the root. The same denominator but opposite sign. In this situation, I can get rid of the roots in the denominator. Let's find out how we can do it. So 1 multiply 5 under the root is 5 under the root minus 1 multiply 2 under the root is 2 under the root. And now when I multiply 5 under the root and 5 under the root will give me 5. We talked about it. Plus minus plus minus. When I multiply the plus with the minus, that will give me minus. And 2 under the root multiply 2 under the root, that will give me 2. So no roots anymore in the denominator. That will make it simple. So 5 minus 2 both under the roots. 5 minus 2 is 3. So that's the final one. That's the process of removing surds from the denominator.